Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MtM Vegas Happy Hour. How'd you like that
Hi.
video, Mark? Was that better than repeating the same music over and over?
Yes, I still
Like
like
before?
the last song the best. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I
It
love
keeps
that
the
song, so I
repeat.
left it in there, but just in there for once. You're a little quiet, Mark, so speak up. I
You
don't know
want me
what's
to
going
move
on.
it a little bit closer? How's that?
A
Is
little
that
bit
better?
closer. What's up,
Is that better?
everybody? We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. How's it going? Bethany from Bougie Miles is here. How's it going,
It's
Bethany?
going great. I'm very happy to be here. If you guys hear dogs or cats, don't mind me. Working from home, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
we
how is
got
everybody? And really good job on that video. I thought it was so much better.
thank you.
I also
Yeah.
felt like I was in
Oh, so
like
that's like
a show.
backhand compliment. It like it was really kind of crappy last time. It was good this
No,
time.
no, no. I was
No,
like, I was like digging it.
Last time I just put it together kind of as a thing. I didn't, then of course, it took me forever, but I dove in to get all that footage. But yeah, it was, well, it's not all my footage, I should say. I use a third party provider. So some of those aerials, obviously, actually, none of that is footage I shot. None of that in my video. So
He's like,
just to
actually,
be
it's
clear.
all my wait. None of it is.
Yeah, but it's all professional stock footage. But yeah, it's good to see everybody here and glad that they're here. And Mark, we got a lot to talk about. I had a crazy thing at Aria. I can't wait to battle with you, Bethany, about Aria because that is one of your favorite places to stay. And I just had an abysmal stay there the other night. Well, it wasn't abysmal, but the room was pretty darn
The
crazy.
room was
So
Rio level.
Yeah,
It
it
was-
looks really bad.
yeah, it's and a lot of people have reached out on Twitter to say like how they've had really bad experiences there, and the rooms are there as well. So we'll get into that as well. But yeah, how you guys doing? What are you guys drinking tonight?
I brought
High
three,
noons.
I brought three options because I'm a planner. So I have a blueberry lemonade shandy from Saugatuck, Mr. Blue Sky from a local brewery, Griffin Claw, and then another Griffin Claw, which is 12%. So I should probably save this for the end. Bourbon white,
Yeah.
barrel aged, Great White Buffalo from Griffin Claw. It's an imperial stout with coffee and vanilla, so it's pretty solid. I had
Well,
one yesterday and it got me feeling good. So
I have my Lagunitas grass flavored water. That's what I call it.
gross.
It's called hop. Jasmine brought this for me. It's zero alcohol. This is actually keto, Bethany. And the reason it's keto is because
I
it's
love
literally
it.
like they have like the hop of like an IPA, but it's like watered down. So it basically tastes like grass flavored water. It's not recommended, but I'm trying to just suck it. I mean, it's not terrible, but it just
I was gonna say grass
Definitely doesn't
flavored
taste like
water
a beer.
sounds like right up my alley until you said that it didn't actually like say grass flavored water. It just tastes like that.
Just
So
tastes like grass.
yeah.
yeah.
You should have
Um,
got the fake booze that you had last time that you can make cocktails with and stuff. That stuff looks cool.
Yeah, well, that was a novelty. I already went through it all with the wife, and
He has so much stuff to try.
I guess I miss whiskey so much that it didn't last all that long. Enjoying my old fashions, and actually I mixed it with Diet Coke too. It kind of made me feel a little bit like Jack and Diet. Not really, but if I closed my eyes and held my
Which
nose.
one of us is sexy?
I know it's obviously me, but she said lovely lady, so I'm thinking that's you, Mark.
I doubt it.
All
I doubt
right.
it.
I like Bethany's way of thinking. So hope everybody out there is having a drink as well. Especially if they're in Vegas, right? It's happy hour time, 5 to 6. And that's the only time, right? Who cares about the East Coast where it's past
The
8
Beast
o'clock?
Coast. The Beast Coast. Yes. Well, yeah, we just actually did pass happy hour, but we're playing by Vegas rules, so we're still in
Yeah.
it. We're still in
Well,
it.
we're
in it to win
right
it.
now. We're in SCT, Shawn Coomer time.
Exactly. For those who are out there who don't know, Bethany coined the term SCT because she realizes that, when it comes to miles to memories, at
all
least
that
that's all
matters.
that matters.
Yep.
Wherever Shawn Coomer is in that given time. All right, but let's talk about Aria. And I don't even know how my phone just rang because my ringer's never on. I don't ever have my ringer on because
Same.
it's well known if you call me, I'm not going to answer it because I don't answer my phone. So ironically, the ringer was on. But yeah, Aria. So I stayed there on a $56 a night rate. So it was like a reduced comp, I guess. So it was because I don't have a free. I'm not good enough with M Life to to get free nights at Aria apparently. So I think the rack rate was about $150, so I was getting a bit of a discount. Perfectly fine with me. I was happy to film it because I'm trying to put together some videos. I've stayed at pretty much all their competitors, and I knew the rooms at Aria were dated just from the pictures. I mean, it was built late 2000s with very like dark colors, very browns, dark woods, especially in the regular room. A lot of the use of the purple, which doesn't really hold up in modern times. They're certainly not when combined with brown, but it's okay. So I get to the room, and they just gave me a regular room, but I asked for a strip view, and they did give me that. It was on the 11th floor, but perfectly fine. Get inside, and then I start filming the room, and I start seeing like dirt everywhere in the room. I start seeing chips everywhere in the room. Like I get startled at one point when I'm filming by the nightstands by the beds and the switches for like the outlets. The whole wall cover is missing there. I look at the backboard.
I didn't
There's
see
dust.
that one.
There's a layer of dust everywhere. Even the glass where the water closet is next to the toilet is like filthy with things. There's a mystery liquid stuck all over the back of the door walking in.
It's not really a mystery. It's not really a mystery.
Yeah, on the windows, there's handprints all over the windows, so you know those weren't cleaned.
That's your liquid came from right there. The handprints on the window.
It was bad, and it just got worse after as I'm filming this. And of course, as you start to see stuff, you start to really look closely, and I see this room is just trash. There's chips in all the furniture. There's even a layer of dust over all the wood. Even trash on the carpet right outside the front door going in. It was just really, really bad, like shockingly bad, to the point where, and I took videos and pictures of all of it. And, I went downstairs, and I didn't know what I wanted because I was, yeah, exactly. $100 chips or Lay's, exactly what it was. I didn't know what I wanted. So I went down and I talked to the guy, and he started saying, well, we'll have to escalate this to housekeeping. This is a thing. It seemed like he didn't believe me. So I told him I was like really nice. He was friendly. And I just said, you know what, can you just refund my money and I'll go. I don't want to stay here. Another manager came out and said he would walk me to my new room. And I said, oh, and that's fine. And he did. And the new room was a suite, which was very nice. It was clean, except for there were still handprints on the windows. So I guess we're not doing that, but that was fine. That was acceptable to me. I'm not that nitpicky. So I will say that
go up to a window and put their hands up, and I've never.
Well, there they have like the floor to ceiling. So if you want people to watch you, that's a good place to do it. Just saying.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like, was there butt prints too, Shawn? Like, where
I'm sure I didn't look that close. I didn't look low enough down on the glass.
You did want to know. I
was looking up where the hands are. So in both rooms, yeah, I do think it's for that reason though. It's that floor to ceiling windows.
They were like this. They weren't like leaning to look down. They're definitely up.
No, in both, yeah. And of course you have. Well, the better is the suite I got moved to is a corner suite, a tower suite, and it has the bathroom that's right on the corner of the building, the far north corner of the building. And so the bathtub has this like panoramic view, but your bathroom, yeah, to your point, Bethany, you're on display for all of Cosmo to see if they want to watch you from across the way. But I did enjoy that corner suite there. And I know you stay in a lot of suites there at Aria. Have you ever stayed in one of that corner panoramic suite?
I've never stayed in the corner panoramic suite, just like the regular corner. No, actually, it's not even a corner, right? Or is it? It's like the base suite. I feel like it is a corner. It's like 800 square feet or something.
Yeah, this one's like 1,000. There's a suite that's lower than this, but yeah, this isn't like one of their top suites for sure. It's not
okay.
Like
yeah, so I've stayed in the lower one, and I recall it having like a nice view. But I think also this was like 3 years ago, so they were probably still cleaning things at that time.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte says these handprints are the same as the ones from when she stayed there in 2012. A lot of people have reached out on Twitter saying they've had similar experiences. The crazy thing is I told the manager, his name was Louis. I'll give him credit. The staff there was incredibly friendly. They handled the situation well. I wasn't angry. I was just more kind of shocked. I had to run to dinner with friends, so I didn't have a whole lot of time. But I do want to reiterate that they were incredibly friendly and handled it well. But I told him, I was like, I've stayed in, Delano, Mandalay Bay, Luxor, New York, Mirage, Park MGM Nomad, and Vdara, all in the last year, all MGM properties, and haven't had anything like this. As far as I haven't had the cleanest rooms. I mean, in Vegas this year, we know they're struggling with housekeeping, but nothing like this. And
I wonder
I
if
don't
it's
know.
like MGM, because we talked about this on the MtM Vegas, which comes out tomorrow. But I stayed at the MGM Grand in Detroit twice over the last month, and two different rooms. One was a suite, one was a regular room, and there was chips and crumbs all over the floor. I don't know who is eating, like walking around the room eating chips and dropping them everywhere. Like
Probably me.
I feel like I usually eat it like at the couch or in the bed. But I don't know, but this was just like everywhere. So I walked into the first one, there was chips everywhere, and there was like a piece of the drain like pulled out and broken into pieces and just sat on the bar top. And I'm like, what is going on here? So I went downstairs and they took me to a different room, and I walked around. It was better, but there was still a couple chip crumbs. And I wonder if just like MGM's like we're struggling to get these rooms clean. So if it looks pretty good, just don't vacuum and save that 15 minutes or whatever. I don't understand how else it's like this. Like they're just skipping vacuuming, hoping people don't notice. On the elevator, somebody's like, "Yeah, I had hairs all over my room and stuff." So I don't know. It's bizarre. Vacuuming doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's one of the things. Like you don't want to walk around barefoot and have stuff crunching under your feet. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I've always felt like that was a casino property thing because the stays are so short that it's harder for them to keep up. Like I remember when Borgata opened, the rooms were amazing. And then 2 years later, so sorry. And then 2 years later, it was like I walked in and it was just filth, And I feel like it's just the housekeeper who is in charge of that area, and B, like how transient the area is,
But Aria is not a low end hotel. I mean, this is their if not their flagship, I would call Bellagio their flagship property, but just below that. And not only have they let these rooms like fall into, the filthiness aside, the scratches everywhere in the hallways, like the hallways are just marked up like crazy. Just no part of that hotel area looked high end at all. I mean, I would certainly put this. I would call Aria mid-tier based on what I saw, like really, really low. Like it's not holding up well. Of course, they'll probably renovate it, but yeah, I mean,
Shawn puts it down there with Cromwell on his list.
Yeah, it's certainly below like Resorts World and that new stuff up there. And I mean, properties like Wynn, they keep their hotels very, very clean, and they've done it all throughout this. Aria's rates aren't much different, quite honestly.
That's true. Yeah, it's kind of shocking. I mean, I was thinking also maybe it's because they have so many freaking rooms there, but there's really no excuse for that. And I have the rooms are dated. The basic ones, like you said, with the purple and the brown, it's not a good look. It's time.
Yeah, and Vdara has the same dated look, but I found the rooms there to be in a little bit better condition, and you have kitchens and mini suite. I do think Vdara is probably the better option in my opinion. Now, I did want you to speak because you stay a lot in the Sky Suites. If people out there have never done that or known about that, right now there's lounges, right? Thanks, Daniel, for that. Right now there's lounges, but they're closed, I think, or they were closed. I don't know if they're open on the weekends. They were closed right now. But how does Sky Suites differ? Because that really is a AAA 5-diamond experience compared to the rest of the hotel, which is a lesser rated experience.
And it lives up to it. It definitely does. So the thing with Sky Suites, I, again, have not stayed there since the pandemic started, but right before. And so the housekeeping thing would never happen because 2 people come to check on your room a day. And one of them is a manager with a checklist. Like she tries to come when you're not there, but she's got this giant checklist and she walks through the room. Because I asked her if I could watch. I was like, I'm kind of in the business. Do you mind if I ask you questions while you're doing this? And it's like 30 things. And she walks around and just like checks things off. So that would never happen there unless they lessen the service because of COVID, which is very possible.
It should be like opposite though. With COVID, you should clean better. Like they should.
Yeah, right.
It should be a focus. They have those stickers on the doors that you have to like break to get in. Oh, we definitely cleaned your room, except for all the crumbs and stains and filth. Other than that, it's totally good.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I feel like a lot of hotels have used this as an excuse to slack off, you know? I feel like we've seen that a lot. I mean, some of them have even like admitted to it by instituting policies that they're not doing housekeeping anymore. Like, so that it's not rare, but the Sky Suites definitely like, so I always say my two favorite rooms in Vegas are the Sky Suites penthouse and the Cosmo wraparound terrace. Cosmo wraparound terrace is the nicest room in Vegas, I think, but there's no extra service. You get the same housekeeper that everybody else has. Sky Suites is a nice room, but the service is what sets it apart. So hopefully, I mean, I'll be staying there in a couple weeks. So hopefully,
what's the difference in prices? Like, is the
Sky
Cosmo
Suite starts
Terrace?
at $650.
Okay, and what's Cosmo?
You can get it for under $3 if you know where to book it.
Okay,
it's usually like $350.
Where do you have to know where to book it? Let's share it.
You got to do it like I write about this crap every day. This is like my whole site's about. It's like going to this site, going to the MasterCard portal, going to FHR, going to LHR.
Just like checking all the different.
It's a whole freaking
options.
thing, yeah.
I will say I was in Aria looking. The club lounge that they've opened for the Tower Suites is not open, obviously, but it opened in 2018, I think. So that was before the last or after the last time I stayed there. So I was hoping it'd be open. It wasn't. So I Googled some like pictures of it, and of course Bougie Miles came up. So I know you had an article about it. So yeah, good job on that information. The wraparound terrace suite looks amazing at Cosmo. I haven't stayed there, but
nice.
Certainly it looks amazing. Yeah,
I stay there by myself. Like that's how much I love that room. And I'll go up early and just like sit on the terrace, and then I just alternate spots. Like I'm like, okay, I'll sit here for half an hour, then I sit in front of Planet Hollywood for half an hour, then the fountains. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean that fountain view is incredible. That's the last major fountain view I have to get for staying there. I have every other one except for Flamingo, although I've stayed there, but I didn't get the fountain. But I've gotten all the other fountain views in the last year, so got to get that wraparound at Cosmo. But I don't think, speaking of Cosmo, I just don't think Aria compares nowadays. The restaurant lineup isn't as good. The property isn't as nice. I mean, it's still pretty nice. The casino is pretty nice, but
why can't they get a few new restaurants though? Why are the restaurants so crappy at Aria? Like every time I stay there, I find myself going to Cosmo. I'm like, I should just stay to Cosmo. What was the point of this?
I do like Carbone, but
yeah, I mean, they have the best pasta ever. Everybody who's here, the spicy rigatoni is like one of the best pasta dishes I've ever had, and I'm from New York, so I know good Italian.
I've never found the casino all that great. Like, walking through it just doesn't feel like a place I want to sit and gamble. It's never like drawing me in to play there. Like, I feel like if you stay there, you probably end up going somewhere else. It just never had a fun vibe, a cool vibe. It just seemed, I don't know. It's always
never, yeah. I've never enjoyed gambling there, but they give me comps like, whoa. So, I put in my time and then I go to Cosmo.
I will say that the other night, on Monday night, so 2 nights ago, I was through there at 11:30 at night, and it was packed. I mean, every table was full. I was really surprised. Out by the Bellagio, Fountains was full. The Bellagio was full. Cosmo was packed. So the Strip is really busy, and that was the busiest I've seen Aria's casino in a long time. So I've the last few walks I've had through there, it was empty just during COVID and stuff. So it was cool to see so many people in there. But yeah, M Life, I don't get much love at all from M Life. They've never, as a local, they've never given me any comps. Now I don't gamble a lot at all, and when I say me and my wife. I combine us together because she's actually the only one who really gambles. But like I said, we've gotten some offers here, some free nights at Vidara. I had a free night at Park MGM, the reduced rate at Aria, but I haven't gotten like one night here and there. But from people who used to get a lot of comps from them, I've heard a lot of people saying that it's not as good, that they haven't been getting as much. Although I've seen other people say that it's loosened up lately. So have you guys?
Yeah, mine have gotten better. Yeah, mine have definitely gotten better, and now they come with like free food and free play, which it used to just be like 3 or 4 nights comped in a row. Then you have to take 2 nights off, and then you can go back to the same offer. But now it's like still the same 4 on, 2 off. But like the last time, I had $100 in free play, a $75 credit, and like full comps.
Do they ever waive the resort fee for you, or is you always pay?
Yes. Yes, for me, but never my P2, who gambles way more than I do.
That's funny.
And I think it's just because I charm the crap out of people. And I'm, like, so maybe they put me in at a higher, like, what's it called?
Average, like the rate.
Yeah. That.
That's the key.
Oh my
like
God,
if you make friends with the pit boss or whatever, usually they'll hook you up or give you extra play or let you like leave it, stay on there even after you leave.
Exactly.
They might let it run for a while. And
they're not stingy with you. Whereas like sometimes people who they can't stand, you see, they come over as soon as that person gets up. They're like, boop, boop, nope, he's out.
It's always good to ask, what's my average bet, and whatever it is, usually they'll give you more. And
if you tip the dealer and then you say to the dealer, hey guy, wasn't I betting like $25 higher than that? The dealer will be like, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. So it works out, just be nice. And a lot of them want to have fun, they're pit bosses, their job's not all that exciting, but if they want to joke with you and high five and all that stuff and have fun, then they'll remember you and they'll give you a little more spoof. You can tell the people that are like overly worked, where they have like a huge pit and you barely see them, you never get good comps or rate the next day. Like you check your account and it went up like $10 and you're like, what are you talking about? I was there for like 6 hours. So it's kind of funny how that works. I will say I've always found Caesars to be more rewarding for comps and stuff, like what they'll give you. M Life, I just started gambling in Detroit and I finally started getting free rooms there. The reward credits don't seem to pile up as quickly as they do with Caesars. And then Caesars always was throwing in like random stuff, like a $500 Home Depot gift card or TVs and all this random stuff. It's not as good as it used to be. Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be, like 3-4 years ago. But I'm kind of curious. I got to go to next time I go to Vegas in September. I'm going to put a little play at M Life and see if it's better, because I feel like when you go to Vegas, you get way better comps, way better earn rates than you do anywhere else, even though it should be the same. It's so bizarre.
I know for a fact that I feel like I have a history with them and I'm kind of like grandfathered into these deals, because there have been times when I go and I don't play, and I still get them. And I'm pretty sure it's because of how much time I've put in at Borgata, And I think that like I have it now forever because I put in so much time and so much money, like when I was playing poker there. So I think you might be like, you might have an advantage to going to your local casino and just like playing a bunch there.
I will say it seems like even though it's in one big umbrella, each individual casino will send you different offers too. Like when I went to Harrah's, I gambled a lot at Harrah's in New Orleans, and I got like get a limo.
I was there.
Well, this was the time before that, and it was like the first time I'd ever been in there.
It's every time.
They didn't have any tracking on me, and I gambled, like 8 hours or something. It was like a really long session. And the next time they gave me like $350 in food credit, limo picked us up, upgrade to a suite, all this stuff, all these different things. And then the very next time I went back, I reached out to the host. I'm like, hey, can I get a limo? And she's like, you didn't gamble enough last time to get the limo. So I will say, like, individual properties, if it's your first time, go hard. If it's like a new area, not like a new property in Vegas, but let's say you're going to Laughlin or something like that, put in the spend then, because you never know. You'll probably get better offers than you would, just spending it normally in Vegas.
I co-sign that.
I've never been to Mizumi. That looks amazing. That's the Japanese restaurant at Wynn that's like has its own Japanese garden built into it. Such an insane restaurant. Like, restaurants shouldn't cost that much money to build, but the average build out in Vegas is now like $10 million. I don't know how much it costs, but it's like a basically in a Japanese garden. But they say like a lot of these build outs now are $10 million or more for like highest end restaurants. That's crazy. Like, that's a lot of investment to recoup. It's crazy.
At least you know why the prices are so much. Like, how sometimes you go somewhere and you're like, why did I pay $60 for like a pasta? At least you know why in Vegas now.
Because they have gardens. That's why. How much was did you ever see how much the new Wynn bar setup thing was? The beautiful one that they just built?
No, I don't know if they announced how much they spent on it. The Parasol Up, which is the bar in the casino that overlooks the free show outside, because there's a Parasol down. There's a bar downstairs where if you go down towards the steakhouse, there's a bar there. But there's the lounge upstairs, and they just renovated that, and it looks gorgeous. It looks a lot like some of the Wynn Macau stuff. So if you remember Wind Palace, like really just some of that gorgeous high end stuff there. So
It really is so beautiful. And like it always has like a red or a pink, something like a theme. I love it.
yeah, no, this was stunning. I think Mark Meltzer had some pictures on shared some pictures on Twitter of it. Thanks, Tony. So yeah, Mizumi, I haven't got there. I do need to get there. It's crazy expensive, but it's on my. I do feel like I need to start working my way through the Wynn restaurants, but it's so they're so expensive. They're all like so expensive every time I'm like, oh yeah, but they're you know
You got to go to
it's the
Atlantic City
atmosphere.
and get the freebies, all the freebies. Do the match there, and then like Ryan did. You were there and you didn't do it, so
Yeah, stop it. Stop rubbing it in. All right, stop rubbing it in.
Yeah, really. Come on, man.
Now, I know Two Dirty Slots says they really love the Cosmo Casino, the cocktails and stuff. I love the Cosmo Casino. It's a really
Wait.
cool casino.
You love the cocktails? This
No,
is
I
something
don't-
I need to talk about. Well,
Okay.
Two Dirty Slots said this. I have to make sure I say that right.
Go
What do
flip it
you
up
get
there,
to
New York.
drink is what I need to know because I'm always like, oh, everyone's walking around with these drinks that look so fancy, but I can't like come up with, how, like when you ask the waitress for a drink at a casino, it's not like, hey, can I get the stormy blonde or whatever? It's like, hey, can I get a rum and coke? But I always see people with good drinks, so I would love
Because
to
the
know
Chandelier
what
Bar, if you
cocktails.
play video poker there, every 15 minutes or so, depending on your bet level,
it.
you get the voucher that's good for $16, and then you
Got
can
it.
just order a drink there, and then you can combine those vouchers too. So I think like 3 vouchers is a Blue Label. You can get Johnny Walker Blue Label, but anyway, you can add
put
up
some coke
to
in it.
different
Put
things.
some coke in it, right?
Yeah, Mark would just dump it right in.
Just dump some coke. You might as well just go diet.
Why not? Why not?
I
Yeah,
do
so
need to
that's
try
maybe
some-
that's why. That's what did Sean Reeson on his birthday. I told him to play there at the Cosmos Chandelier Bar, and he got 2 old fashions from their real old fashions that knocked him out.
I
And,
love it.
So yeah,
That's
thanks,
and I never
Cosmo.
do that because I'm always like I'm trying to get in as much play as I possibly can while I'm there. So I'm not trying to like play video poker. But it's really like good especially if you're gonna go to happy hour and pay for a drink. Which I
Yeah, I
do
think
all
that's
the
what it's kind of cool if you want to, you're not in like a hardcore mood. You want to sit there at the bar, drink a little bit, have a proper drink, have some, instead of going through a cocktail waitress. So I know a lot of people love that bar, and it's such a cool bar too to sit at, and like a cool atmosphere there.
It's
This
beautiful.
live
I
stream
mean,
is sponsored
yeah.
by Cosmo.
I used to.
Just kidding.
John says I
Well,
would
we
go
can
to
talk about
Oyo.
all the bad stuff about Cosmo too. I mean, there's a lot. But
I just wanted to mention that back when it was Hooters, I used to go when I was younger. Oh, I had a lot of fun nights at the old Hooters casino. A lot of fun nights. I do like one thing I like about that casino in like Ellis Island and stuff is the dealers keep their own tips. So they'll take like when they
I
go to a
love
different
that.
table. When they go to a different table, they take their little tip cup tray thing, they lift it out and move to the next one. So I feel like whenever that's the case, they're way more friendly because they know they're not going to be splitting it up. And there was one lady, she was a dealer, and me and my friend had gone there like 3 or 4 times, and it could be like a year, and we'd come in, and it'd be a year since we saw her, and we'd sit down, and she'd remember both our names. So that was
because
always
you were
like,
the only ones tipping at Hooters.
I know, but that's still like super impressive that she would take the
Yeah.
time to memorize people's names. So
I mean, that's where people go like when they're down on life. So, the fact that you walked in and you were like excited and you were Mark and you were tipping, I mean, they're going to remember you.
There was one time we were on Fremont Street at like 3 a.m, and this was before Fremont Street became popular again. And we were at like a $5 table, and you know me, I'm never playing like $5. But it was middle of the night, $5 tables, and my buddy just looks at me, and it had been a rough day, and he looks, he's like, you know what this is? And I'm like, no, what? He's like, rock bottom, buddy. Rock bottom.
You know what's funny is so Hooters is now Oyo, whatever it's called, and I'd never heard of that hotel brand, and I've now seen 2 of them, and they're both motels. One I saw in Florida earlier this year, and then I was just in Texas in Amarillo, and we drove by one, and it's a motel. So I guess Oyo is a chain of motels. So,
But here they're like hostels. So
Oh,
there's a
okay.
couple in New York and they're like these little tiny single rooms.
isn't that crazy for them to have the hotel now in Vegas? I mean,
It's totally nuts.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
used
mean,
to have that the prime rib dinner, like $10.99 prime rib dinner. My wife loved it, and she said it was as good as like the one we would go to. There was a steakhouse in Monte Carlo we would always go to, and it was $40-$50 prime rib. And she's like, it was just as good, similar to Ellis Island where you go for the $8-9 steak dinner, and it's similar quality to what you pay $40-50 for on the Strip. So she was sad when that went away. I don't think it's still there, but rest in peace, Hooters.
All right. So for those who don't know, Bethany loves dogs, or loves pets anyway. I mean, as you might guess from the cat, kind of just making its appearance. But
her legs are bleeding right now from the cat climbing up and down.
She said that she was telling us that her legs are all scratched up. I said, "Why would you let the cat scratch your legs?"
It's not a choice.
She says it's not.
It's a kitten.
So anyway, the story broke today that Resorts World is going to have robot dogs. 3. So Conrad in the lobby, I guess apparently now, I don't know, but they have 3 dogs: Sinatra, Stardust, and Elvis. And
That's
I tried
so
to
cool.
read about what these dogs are going to do, and it doesn't seem like they're going to do much of anything but act like dogs and run around and jump and probably get stepped on and broken pretty quickly. That'd be my guess. And that, because I mean, I was in that lobby when I stayed there for Sean Reese's birthday, and it was insanely busy and packed. Like that lobby is not very big when it gets busy, and so I hope they're okay. But they look pretty cool. What do you think?
That looks amazing to me. I mean, all right. I know it's not your thing, but when I go away, I miss my dogs, right? So for me, I get that it's a robot, but it will hopefully stop me from attacking every person that I see walking through the lobby with a dog, because that's what I do. I'm like, oh, can I pet your dog? As if I've never seen one before. So maybe the whole robot dog thing can be that. How cool is that? Come on, that's so cute. It also reminds me of something I've seen in Japanese hotels. Why don't I buy one? Because I have 4 here.
I can see Bethany just laying down in that little grass pen that they have and having them climb all over and be like, oh,
I mean, if I'm allowed, I'll do it.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I mean, what's the purpose of it?
Knowing Resorts World and their level of technology and how bad it's been since they started, the dogs will probably
this is what they said.
Bite people or something.
This is what they said. This collaboration with Aibo furthers our commitment to integrate technology across the resort and brings a special experience to our guests. As we continue to explore a variety of tech-forward offerings for the property, we were excited to learn about this advanced AI technology, and knew it would be a fun touch for the guests. But again, it doesn't say what they do other than that they're AI-powered companions. So I'm guessing that they just jump around happy like a dog, and they're aware of people's, people can probably ask them to do tricks or something like that.
Oh, I'm excited for this. Wait, does it say when they launch?
These 3
when did the dogs launch?
Terminator 2, the start of Terminator 2.
I think they're there now based on how I read the press release. The press release came out today, and so I actually got an email about it an hour before we went on. So whenever I said that,
good. So can you go tomorrow?
I'll have
can you go tomorrow and report back?
There you go.
So hopefully they sprint.
That's when everybody's low on life. They'll go pet the dogs.
Absolutely, Deborah. That's when you're just looking for a dog. Although I think Mark almost took somebody's dog in Cromwell, right?
Oh, yes. There was we were playing, we were gambling, playing blackjack or whatever. And this guy walks through the casino with a dog, and he's like, hey, will you watch my dog while I go to the bathroom? It's a show dog. He's been in commercials and stuff. And it's a little spot type of dog. So there's pictures of me just sitting there with the leash and the dog sitting behind me while I play blackjack. It's very bizarre. Random people come up to me all the time and ask me for very strange requests, especially children, which is very, very weird. At the park, I'm always
awkward.
Where's your parents at? Because I don't need to go to jail for you talking to me right now. I'm like, what am I yell at my kids come over here, please come over here and stand next to me so it looks more normal. I don't want this to be I'm trying to pull some butterscotch candy out of my pocket and get this kid in my van or something. It's so strange.
We could try it. We do have a fun tour coming up, hopefully soon, that we're working on, of an open hotel, but a really cool hotel room. But we could see about JW. I don't know if they're doing any tours. It does seem like they just
Tony wanted that too. He wanted you to break in and get a tour.
I am planning on heading over there to see what it's like on the outside, but not inside. But I'll see. But we do have that. Mark is trying to hook up a good room tour of something, a room that he's been lusting after.
Yeah, we can drop it.
What room?
Can we say it? The bunkhouse room at Circa. It's all these bunk beds, like a guy's girls weekend bachelorette party, where they have this room full of bunk beds and then a big living room area. So
I want in.
Yeah, I reached out to him just to see if we could get a tour of it. So I want
Yeah,
Shawn
I'm
to.
not gonna stay there. I'm
It's
just gonna just film
It's
it.
basically for Shawn to videotape it for me because I want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just do whatever Mark tells me. I just go out and Shawn, go look at this. Bethany, I'll do that for you too with the Conrad dogs. I'll just go over there
Thank you.
and see.
That's all. Yeah. I just need you to go, like, see if it'll sit, do whatever, you know.
What they need to do is they need to bring back, they need rubber duckies and they need the bears at Conrad. They need to stop with this. Every Conrad everywhere has the bears and the duckies.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why this one doesn't. You know, what could the cost be of that? So that's what I stand up for. I say, stop it with the robot dogs and give us our rubber duckies. Those of us.
We're tired of having to buy our kids gifts. We should just get free ducks and we bring them home and we're like, here you go. This is what I got you while I was there.
Ellie still plays with her Conrad Macau duck. She has two of them actually. So one of them is cool. The Conrad Macau duck, the standard one, it has a pair of dice inside of it. So it's clear.
Oh, that
it has a little pair of dice inside. And the other one, I was staying there during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so it was a special pink one just for that month. So
that's
those
also
are the two
cool.
that I have.
You don't need a discount, Tony. The rooms are all like $25.
Yeah, they're really cheap. You're good.
Did you see that Virgin has Journey is going to be doing a quote unquote residency at Virgin Hotels?
Are they going to actually use that outdoor area that they filled in the pool?
That's
for
interesting.
No, I think this is going to be in the old joint, the big theater there. They call it a residency, but you're going to love this, Mark. It's just 6 shows:
I hate
December 1st, 2nd, 7th, 8th, 10th, and 11th.
Or residency for 1 week. It's like, no, it's just concerts. Like you're just having people perform. I hate how everybody uses residency for everything. Like Celine Dion is a residency. She's there like all year. Britney was a residency. Like these, I'm here for 2 weeks is not a residency. I don't.
Now Kiss also announced a residency, quote unquote residency. They did use that word of 12 shows. So they're coming as well, and then we have Lady Gaga. I think the tickets just went on sale yesterday.
I'm excited for that.
For her return to Park MGM. She's doing that jazz show, which is it's
not
actually a more limited show. No, actually, all the reviews, everybody I talked to that saw both of them said the jazz show was better. Like it was just phenomenal. So I don't know about.
You should just get Bradley Cooper on stage and they can sing together.
Oh my God, I would die. He did do that, I think, once during one of the shows. I think during her last run,
one of her concerts or whatever.
No, here in Vegas, yeah. One night that he happened to be attending, she called him up on stage and they sang it because I remember seeing video of that. But
that would be cool.
Oh, I would die.
You should have been
there. That movie is so
I've never heard that song.
Be like the
you haven't lived till
Vegas Vacation where the lady
I can't listen to it. I feel like it's gonna make me cry.
The Vegas Vacation where the lady goes to every Wayne Newton concert. You just have to go to every Lady Gaga concert and then maybe once.
Everyone.
You go broke going to every Lady Gaga concert here because I was looking at the ticket prices. They're not cheap at all. But yeah, by all accounts, that show is certainly worth it. Love just came back, so that was great. They just had their last dress rehearsals, and I think this week is their first week back. So we have like lots of shows coming back, which is good. Mm-hmm. There's rumor this week that they're working on a new Cirque show for New York, to replace Zumanity.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, Vegas needs a new Cirque show, right? It's been a long time since we got something new.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a very unpopular opinion? I pretty much fell asleep during Ka. I thought it was horrible.
During what?
Ka,
yeah. Like
with the stage twirling around and all that.
When the stage twirled, I was like, all right, I'm in this. But like everything else around that, besides that, I was like, what? Okay.
Like, God, that's my favorite Cirque show.
Well, no,
of course it is. Of course it is, because Mark and I will never agree on anything. If anything's my favorite, Mark is going to trash it.
But
he probably knew that secretly.
I know it's your favorite. He trashes it first, and then you say it's your favorite.
I mean, to be fair, I probably didn't sleep the night before, and I was probably exhausted by the time I got to the show. But I mean, the stage thing was cool. I thought Mystere was a better show for Cirque. Le Rêve I thought was better than both of them.
You've been to all these shows. Nobody can get me to go to a show. I'm like, go without me.
I know, it doesn't seem like it's in Mark's character to go.
That was like my list of
all
the shows. Those 3 shows. That was my list.
Tried to make himself seem knowledgeable there, and then he ran out.
He's like throwing out all these names I've never heard of.
We should go to Absinthe together because I really want to go to that. Everybody thinks it's amazing.
It's a great show. Yeah. It's the only one I would go see ever. Yeah.
So Mark and I talked about on the MtM Vegas video show that's coming out. Absinthe, the Spiegel World, who owns Absinthe, just announced the replacement venue for where Rose Rabbit Lie was. It's going to be this like psychedelic Italian restaurant right next to their opium show.
See that? Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be this.
Pizza.
I can't even like visualize what this is going to be, but it sounds crazy. I want to go. Definitely want to go try that when it opens.
I'm excited for that, but I hated opium. So the only show I've ever gone to see was Absinthe, and I was like, oh, I loved it. Of course, I'll go see opium. It was so bad, but I didn't realize that they had anything to do with each other. So, but yeah, I mean, anytime there's a new restaurant, I want to go. It's also nice because it's at Cosmo, and I feel like I've gone to those restaurants so many times. So yeah, that should be actually really fun. Psychedelic Italian.
Yeah,
place.
I mean, it's going to be crazy Italian food, but then it's going to be sort of like this artistic space attached to opium. So you're going to see the opium performers coming in through the restaurant at periods of time. And
interesting.
It's the description is sort of crazy of it. So
that's not going to last. Sounds about as fun as Rose Rabbit Lie.
You heard it here first. I want to go to Delilah at of course, the Bellagio has Mayfair Supper Club, which they're famous for, but Delilah just opened at Wynn, which is a supper club. I'm all in for that, like nostalgic. I don't like to dress up, but I'll dress up for that to go dance and pretend like I'm from the good old days. And,
in a different decade. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, especially at Wynn. Cool. Like that's the place to do it, I think. Like that's the place to play.
Absolutely.
Pretend.
There's a steakhouse around here that they have. It's basically like you're at a wedding when you go eat there because they have a dance floor, like a wood dance floor in the middle of the dining area, and then they have live music like every Friday, Saturday night, and people just get up and dance while they're waiting for their food and stuff. It looks exactly like a wedding, so it's kind of fun, something unique, different, kind of like a throwback place to go to.
That is fun.
I want Tony and Tina's wedding to come back just so I can see Ryan in it, just so I can go and watch him. I know he's not in Tony and Tina's anymore, but
I think that would be a fun show to go to. Like that was one I always felt like it would be kind of you're like in a party wedding with actors all around you pretending to be a part of the show and having drinks, food. I think it would be a really cool experience.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully we get some of those small
mystery,
shows back.
like something anywhere where they get you involved. Although I could do without the singing.
Yeah, I do like murder mysteries. Those are so much fun. I haven't done one in a long time.
I love them. The last time I did one, I think I was in Disney, but it was like not Disney sanctioned. It was like outside of Disney. I had so much fun. I was also like 15, so I don't know if that would hold up now, but I'm definitely in.
There's one
Get it together for Orlando.
There's one that's been in Vegas a long time, and they used to be at this like egg restaurant. I forget, years ago. That's where I saw it. But is it Marriage Can Be Murder? I think. And I think they're still around downtown, or they were before COVID. So I think it's been running forever. Somebody out there might know about it. But yeah, it's fun. It's you have to really buy in. You have to be with people that you're gonna have fun, who are all gonna buy in and just pretend. Like if you can do that and just giggle and laugh, it's a great time.
I want to do that.
Yeah, we should. So yeah, I mean, shows are coming back, so that's good. Mark can maybe go see his fourth show in the history of Vegas if he ever comes back.
You know what? I never use my two free diamond show tickets. And I always wanted to do Penn and Teller because I think that's one of the better free diamond shows, but it's never worked out. Like,
yeah,
either it's dark when I'm there, or I just don't have time. So
I never found them
tickets for batteries and stuff instead.
I never found them all that exciting to watch. I've seen their show twice. Either. It's been a long time, but I mean, yeah, some of the tricks they did are kind of cool, but I guess I'm just sort of over the magic thing and. I think
we need Piff the Magic Dragon instead.
I do want to see him because you got me, and now I see him on social media, and he seems like a cool guy. Yeah. He seems like a cool dude. Oh, the other thing that I just did with our friend PDX Deals guy the other night, we went to Bacchanal, which is sad to go there without you, Bethany, because
I know
when you get Bethany and PDX Deals guy together at Bacchanal or any buffet probably, but the only time I've seen it is at Bacchanal. It's quite the show.
There's a lot of value that's had at the table when it's the two of us.
Yes. Well,
we know how to maximize.
So the thing I was telling Mark about earlier is that they don't have the sawed in half crab legs anymore. Like where they're already pre-opened, they're back to like the you have to claw, crack the claws, and they bring you the thing. And they didn't bring us bibs, but I almost felt like I was traveling back to like when I was a kid, the seafood buffets with the bibs, and I did not like that at all. I was not a fan of that. COVID took away our sawed in half crab,
which makes no sense.
That was rough.
I think they're just being lazy.
Are they just being cheap? because obviously if you have to work twice as hard, I mean, you're probably going to eat half as much.
And they brought
right?
one cracker for the entire
price.
table of 4 people. So
Stop! Come on,
yes.
come on.
They're like,
I mean, we didn't
Hey,
ask for
cracker.
another one. We didn't ask for another one, to be fair, but he did bring just one for the party of 4 people.
you gotta bring your own cracker. You better buy one
Oh
off
my
Amazon.
God, that's bad.
Put it
That's really bad.
Put it in your pocket, and then when you walk in, you're ready to go. There you go.
Now, the good news
That's
is that if you're a Diamond member, I can confirm that you do not need reservations. You can walk up into the Diamond line.
That
we
is
were able
good.
to do that. It took about 25, 30 minutes still to get in. But considering there's no reservations available right now, certainly at the last minute, you can do that. So that was nice. The other thing about Diamond, if you remember, Bethany, they used to give you free champagne. I remember the day that we were there all as a group, they gave us, that's gone. Of course, the king crab legs are gone. That was gone before COVID too. So no other perks really. It's $74.99 a person. I think it was $55
That's a lot
before.
to be taking everything away.
Yeah, because I couldn't eat. I barely ate any crab because I was not. The first time I cracked that thing, I get the juice I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
I tried.
I said it was like when I was in Alaska and I shot my son in the face with the juice, like the water and everything when I was cracking it, and he's like, oh.
I can only imagine.
It hit me in the face, and then he's like, I don't feel so good. I don't want to eat anymore.
Yeah, Mike says there's a time limit, so the more you work on the crabs, the less you eat. It could be. It was crazy. So I didn't end up eating that much crab, which I feel like altered my value proposition. I did use a certificate, Jasmine and I did, so I think it cost us $66 for 2 of us after the $100 certificate. But it's a lot of money. But there's so many people, just to the point they're printing money because they are packed. I mean, it's just packed. So they probably could charge $100 and people would still show up.
They're probably losing money when Bethany shows up and gets 2 plates of desserts and just like takes nibbles everywhere.
I use enough of I've never not gotten my money's worth at a buffet. That's for sure.
What is Sterling Brunch back at all, or is that not?
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, no, I believe there's been no announcement. I saw I think Vital Vegas or somebody saying that he wouldn't expect it, but I don't know if he was basing that on any actual information. So I don't think that they've announced
Wicked
any of
Spoon
it.
is open, right?
But also, I believe all those restaurants in that area, Bally's, have all been announced to be closed, like Buca de Beppo. I believe the steakhouse, too. I think Nobu, is closing. So I think that they're perhaps redoing that entire area.
Oh, wow.
I haven't checked in the last 2 weeks, so if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll Google it real quick, but I'm pretty sure.
Buca de Beppo is not a big loss.
Yeah, I know for sure Nobu and Buca de Beppo are closing for good, or closed actually. But I believe the steakhouse which is also back there, was a casualty of it as well. And that's where the
strip house.
God, what was the steakhouse?
Oh, BLT.
BLT, yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. And that's where the Sterling. Sterling Brunch predates, of course, BLT, but that's where it's been for the since BLT opened. It used to be its own thing way back in the day, and it dates back, I think, to the 70s. I want to say. I mean, it's like
I was
really
like
bougie.
Burger Brassier or Brassier. Like it's right when you're going on the walk from Bally's to Paris, right there on the right. I always thought that was a good one. They have like their $777 burger that comes with like lobster and crab and a burger and then a bottle of Dom, which I wonder if anybody's ever ordered it. Probably not.
Of course, people have ordered it.
I wonder how many people you catch stealing stuff from the buffet. Like putting cookies in their purse and.
They probably don't care about the cookies. They probably care more about like the silverware.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Like when I worked at Chili's, we could never find knives. There were never any knives for the
throw it in
tables.
the linen bag. You always throw it in the linen bag.
I never did. No. People were stuffing it in their bags.
Johnny,
I worked in the linen industry, and the bags like where you throw your aprons, towels, everything from the tables, napkins. Every bag had a ton of forks, knives, silverware, everything, because the servers would or the busboys would just come clear off the table, and they would just throw all the linen in there, and they would throw the linen rolled up with silverware and stuff. So we had like piles and piles of silverware all the time. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about the local casinos. You would think that we would hear more about these buffets, considering how successful the ones have been on the Strip. I read today Luxor is probably going to be reopening soon. Aria's buffet is huge. It looks like there's no progress there. I had heard that it's not going to.
Aria's buffet is disgusting. Don't ever go there. I can
Really?
tell you of all.
Well, I hadn't eaten there in many years, but it was okay. No, I think
it's terrible.
I haven't eaten there in many years, but we used to go because they used to have a $30 locals deal. So it was $50 for tourists, $30 for locals. But this was many years ago, and it was pretty decent. And then they got rid of that a long time ago, so I haven't been since then. But what didn't you like about it? Just the food wasn't
like
good?
everything. It was my first Vegas buffet ever. And both Steve and I were like, of all the places we've like ever been, I think we just talked about this. Like, what was the worst restaurant we've ever been to in Vegas? We both said it was first Aria Buffet, second Jean George at Aria.
For me, it's the Pink Pony Cafe at Circus Circus. That's both the best and the worst restaurant I've ever been to.
Anytime you get Circus Circus, you're just like rolling the dice, man. Like,
so the Pink Pony Cafe was the coffee shop there in like the 80s. Yeah, it was the coffee shop there in like the 80s and 90s. And when Jasmine and I were like young, when we first met and we weren't even of gambling age, we would hang out at Circus Circus at the Midway and stuff like that. And then, go to the Pink Pony at like midnight, 1 a.m. And it was everything you would expect in 80s. Or, well, by that time it was the late 90s, but it was still stuck in the 70s, basically. Everything you would expect of a Vegas coffee shop at that era. Slow service, rude waitresses, great people watching, greasy food, just everything you would want. And yeah, it was a great place. I love it. I love the Pink Pony. It's long gone now. long gone. But
it doesn't sound bad. It just sounds different.
What's your worst restaurant, Mark, in Vegas?
Oh man, I was just thinking that I haven't had a lot of bad meals, and I don't eat anything like high end mostly. So I would say we were staying at Harrah's once, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but the one that was like attached to the casino that has breakfast. We had breakfast there, and it was awful. Like, it's really hard to mess up breakfast. It's pretty easy, and it was like they gave you toast with no butter or anything on it, just plain toast, and the hash browns were made all funky and not good, and the eggs were like mostly white and not scrambled very well and stuff. So
basically, like, what place messes up chicken fingers is what you were really asking him.
No, it's mostly pizza in Vegas. Well, pizza and ranch. I don't eat a lot because, I'm drinking and stuff. And then when I start drinking and having a good time, I don't even think to stop to eat. So that's kind of where it is.
So
I go to Pepper Mills and I just load up on food there.
Mm-hmm.
So on Sean Reese's birthday weekend, I think I told you guys this, I finally found the secret pizza place at Cosmo. Now, so for people out there who think I'm so stupid, I very purposely never tried to find this place. Like, I never...
Yeah, it's not like you were on
I never wandered out of my way. I never did. But clearly, I was obviously on the third floor. I was close to it very, very... I'd never bothered to smell the pizza or anything like that. So I'm at Cosmo, and Jasmine and Sean Reese were at the Chandelier Bar. They're playing. And I was like, well, I'm not going to... I'll go walk around and do some stuff. So I go up there, and I got hungry. And I'm like, ooh, I'll go look for this pizza. Get upstairs. I instantly smell it. Like, I just instantly smell it, walk down the hallway, I tried it, and I really liked it. It was good pizza. Good pizza. Not the best pizza I ever had, but...
It's pretty good.
It's really solid pizza.
It works for me.
It finally happened.
I'm glad you popped your secret pizza cherry.
Another unpopular opinion. Pizza Rock on Fremont, I don't think it's very good. Everybody loves
I don't go down there to eat.
You've only had there in Detroit, right? Have you had there in New York?
Well,
pizza?
No, we had Detroit and regular, but like their Detroit style is terrible. It's not very well done. And the regular was okay, but I was expecting
overpriced.
It's overpriced. The inside's kind of cool, but a little bit weird, like with a semi truck in there, and so I didn't get it, but I was very excited for it, and wasn't that great. I want to try another. I forget the place that you showed me that had a picture of the Detroit style that was like off of Fremont, kind of in the arts district.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
I forget which.
Sean, I want to know what your favorite pizza place is in Vegas.
Well, I want to say about Pizza Rock. Well, I do admit that. So I'll say that in a second. But Pizza Rock, here's a tip for anybody who wants to try it by the slice. There's also a location in Green Valley Ranch, in Henderson. And in the food court, they're a full Pizza Rock location. And in the food court there, they have a pizza location that serves the pizza from Pizza Rock, where you can get it by the slice in the food court. So,
everybody who's watching just got their hour back in.
Well, if they want to go all the way to Green Valley, but Green Valley Resort Ranch is really good. As far as my favorite pizza,
I wonder if it's good.
I really love Metro Pizza. Like it's old school. I feel like some of the strip pizzas are probably as good. I'm actually not a huge fan of Metro Pizza's regular crust, which is the one that they're more famous for. I like their Metro crust, which is a thicker crust. So for me in my head, I don't even think of Metro as like a New York style pizza.
Okay.
It's not. I haven't had a great New York style pizza I really love here, like that that would even come close to what I've had in New York. So
Yeah.
you know, I like that. And that New Haven pizza is still the best to me. New Haven pizza.
I've eaten.
New Haven?
We
Yeah.
ate at New Haven. Everybody loves New Haven, but
I gotta go there.
Oh my God, Bethany. Oh my God.
Wait, where is it?
sauce
I don't even. Is
Connecticut.
it on the strip?
No, I'm saying New Haven pizza in that style pizza.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
why have I
the
never
best.
heard
Pizza
of
Rock
a place
has
that
that, and
everyone
apparently
loves?
their New Haven pizza is pretty good. I haven't tried
Got
them.
it.
Probably not. Probably
You know,
not. Probably
Uncle
not.
Cousin Vito, my friend who I should know the name of his podcast, Cousin Vito. He lives in New Haven, or his cousin does, and yeah, they posted a bunch of pictures of New Haven pizza, and I was like, I need to go there. It actually looks better than like what I'm used to, which is crazy.
Yeah, and New Haven pizza is it's sent to heaven, or sent here from heaven by God. I mean, it's
I
that
believe
good.
it.
Is it like
Yeah.
cracker thin?
New
like
Haven from
cracker
heaven.
crust?
It's like cracker thin. I mean, the sauce. I went to two of the three famous places, and my friend Dave, he's basically from there, so I got like he knew exactly where to go. But in fact, that day we had the New Haven pizza plus a lobster roll on the shore of Connecticut. Like that was like
that's my
the most
day right
incredible food day I've
Was
ever
it?
had.
Okay.
That's
The
that
lobster
sounds
roll,
like a
was
good
it warm butter lobster roll, or was it?
Yes, it was a warm one because that's very rare. That's a
yeah.
Connecticut style lobster roll, the warm butter one. Yeah,
I
which
don't
is
like
his
the
favorite.
cold with mayo and stuff. I like.
I like both, but
I like both. Yeah.
I think I like the main style, the cold one a little better. But in Connecticut, that is the style, the warm one. That's the one we had. But it's great. It's New Haven in Las Vegas. No, I'm sorry. I'm geographically
I'm with
challenged.
you,
No,
man.
that was my fault. That was totally my fault for not
They
being
have New
clear on
Haven
that.
pizza in Las Vegas though. At the overrated pizza.
So I did
Go
Frank
ahead.
Pepe and I did modern pizza. Those are two. And so those are the ones I did. Just incredible. Like I didn't think pizza could be that much. I would say I have had pizza in Italy that tasted very similar. Pizza in Italy, the tomatoes, everything is just so much better than you get here. But New Haven pizza is good.
But that's a different dish. That's like a different food. Like,
Yeah.
right? When you go to Italy and you get pizza, it's not like Brooklyn pizza. It's like
No, but New Haven's
a
more
meal.
similar to that. You know,
Okay.
it's that very thin cracker style. So that's why I think maybe it compares a
try
little
it.
bit more. Whereas New York style feels different. But yeah, there's so much good pizza. The Evil Pie, Mark loves Evil Pie.
Yeah,
On Fremont Street.
Evil pie is very
And
good.
Good Pie in the Arts District, I've heard like a ton of people say that. I gotta get over that. Over there have said that that's really great as well. Peanut pizza,
There's
you
so
said
much
wasn't
to
all
eat,
that great,
man.
right?
Peanut pizza is a good like drunk pizza because they give
Yeah.
you a huge slice.
It's adequate.
It's not, yeah, it's not that expensive. It will like get the job done, but it's not great. And Sean took me to the Metro Pizza across from the old Pinball Hall of Fame. That was pretty good. I've had Metro Pizza at Ellis Island. One time it was amazing. It was like super greasy, like how you get it's in the warmer and it's all dripping with grease. And the next time it was like
Yum.
fluffy and not good. So it was kind of like hit or miss there, but they have that in Ellis Island, which is kind of nice. You can walk there off the strip and, hang out at the front yard and go to their little.
And they have the really good old
place.
school pepperonis, the little tiny pepperonis. Which
Oh,
are
I
delicious.
love that too. Oh yeah.
The
I'm in.
rustic pepperoni.
My favorite place in Brooklyn has that. It's like
So yeah, is Bacchanal worth $75? I don't know. I mean, the food all did taste good. Everything I tried was good. Tried sushi, tried any of their high end stuff. It tasted good, but yeah, it's more for the novelty, I think, of going to a buffet. And the other thing is, if you're like worried about germs, it's like back to normal. So you serve yourself. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying for people who want to know, it's serve yourself.
But for people who want to know, they should
right?
know, like, don't go to a buffet.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know?
Yeah, you just don't think right. You just don't think about it,
If
right?
you're worried
You just don't
about
think
germs,
about it.
that's like the one place you're probably safe saying not my thing.
Yeah, because everybody's
say-
touching those handles. Oh,
But they have to
don't
wear
think about
they
it.
have to wear a mask at least when they're doing the food. So the sneeze rail plus the mask at least.
Yeah,
keeps
right.
them
So
off.
when I touch my hand with my face, and then
I think it's
go
more
to
about
eat-
like the tongs that you're using. Everybody's touching those, and then they end up falling in. Or I mean, those are the complaints about buffets in general. But like I said, I think if you go to a buffet, you just can't think about that kind of stuff. And
Absolutely. And let's be honest, we all
pizza,
hate
yeah.
the buffet situation where they hand it to you, because that like totally defeats the purpose of being able to go and take whatever you want. Like that whole like modified buffet thing where you have to like wait online, ask for certain things. That was terrible. So, it's either you like buffets or you don't. Just,
So I did ride the boat in Luxor when I was a kid, although I don't have any specific memories of it. I know that we did it. My dad knows we did it, but of course I've seen videos of it. They used to have
Why would they get rid of it? Like that?
Well, because the idea was you check in and then you would board the boat and it would take you to whichever of the four corners of the hotel where your elevators were, because those elevators go to different floors. And I think that was just in the era where everything was like family stuff. It was, but I think it was hugely inefficient, right? And it took up a lot of space. And it was just that move away from family-friendly Vegas. I think it was the death of that.
The '90s, the family-friendly Vegas.
Yeah, I mean that's really when I moved here. I remember I moved here in
'90s.
'90s.
The one where people always fall off the thing, right? Or is that the place where they get shot?
Wait, what? Wait, what place?
Don't people always like fall off the pyramid thing at Luxor?
I've never heard
making this up?
You're talking about in the atrium. I think people have been known to kill themselves in there. You certainly could.
Sorry.
Jump into it. I mean, that's a long known thing here in Vegas. Is the media doesn't cover a lot of suicides and stuff like that.
I never knew that. I never knew that they keep it hidden, kind of.
I kind of figured that was a thing because of Cosmo's balconies. Like, I've never heard of anybody jumping off one of them, but there's no way that hasn't happened. And which is why they usually don't have balconies.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have balconies. The windows don't open anymore. It's unfortunately over the years, parking garages are very popular.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry guys, wait, we can't end on this. Do you realize?
No,
that,
we're
right?
not ending on this. We're not ending
because
on this.
We can't. Everyone's gonna be like, those three people depressed the shit out of me.
I do like the Luxor. I've always had like a soft spot for Luxor, and I don't know why. Like,
I didn't know this.
Sorry. Interesting, but I always like the atrium and the open air thing. Like, I always like the old school atrium hotels where you're in the main area where they have like the bar, restaurant, and it's all open up on the rooms and stuff. So I've always had a soft spot for Luxor, and I got to check it out because I know they got new furniture and everything. Well, new to them furniture, and Shawn says it's pretty nice now. So I definitely want to stay there one time soon.
Yeah, I love the old Bellagio furniture. Was great there.
Wait, don't you have Cosmo furniture?
Yeah. So the chair behind me.
It's hidden by his jersey.
So yeah, the chair behind me is the old Cosmo, and then I have it's not really hidden. And then I have my desk that I use that my stuff is sitting on right now is an old Cosmo desk. Although I'm thinking about replacing with a Win desk because now they're selling the Win stuff.
Oh, let me upgrade you.
No, because for some things people will bid up, or for some reason desks like these desks are solid wood. I got them for $15 each. The Cosmo. I mean these desks would have gone for $1,500 or something like that new. There's other things from Cosmo that people bid up crazy. Like they probably paid more than you could have got them new. But desks, for some reason, they don't. I've noticed the same thing with the Win desk.
But it's like wood, right? Like a
solid
good wood.
Solid wood, yeah. And you're
supposed to knock on it right then.
Stop
solid wood. Dang, dang.
Yes. There you go.
But,
hear that?
Yeah, okay.
Hear that, kids?
I love wood furniture, and for $15, you can't beat that.
No, and what I liked about it, they were a little bit. It was a little bit beat up, but it's just which is good for a desk like this. So yeah, I like it. But yeah, I have that, and my son's furniture. Some of the furniture in his room is from Cosmo too. So there you go.
I'm super jealous of all.
What's more Vegas than that?
That's why Charlotte.
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you.
I said it twice, Bethany. Come on. Jeez.
I know, but Shawn wasn't acknowledging it. But now that it's a comment.
Do you blame me? I mean, what am I? I knew what you were doing. I knew what was happening. I've known you long enough.
I had no intention, but the more I talked about it, the more.
We just need that Bethany picture with the "That's what she said" so that we could just pop it up on the screen anytime.
The best one ever made.
Something like that, something like that happens.
And that's from Vegas too, so it does work. It works here.
So only go to pay $75 if you want nostalgia. Although this is probably the best buffet in Vegas, but I want to do that. The other thing I wanted to talk about before we go.
Good.
Yeah, I hated Wicked Spoon when I ate there. I haven't eaten there since COVID opened, but I thought the food was terrible there. All the single portion.
Interesting. They must have been off.
Yeah. Apparently, I have the opposite opinion of everybody on buffets. But I did have there was a personal reason too that it was like a rough thing. So not personal, like I was having issues, but we ran into somebody that maybe made it a little bit uncomfortable. So maybe that kind of was an overtone
So in other
just
words,
eating
when
there.
you come, when you come to hang out with me when I'm staying there, I'm just gonna buy you buffet.
No, you don't have to
And
buy it for me. I'd be more than happy to.
I mean, I'll probably have it for free anyway.
There you go.
And
Yeah, I'm happy to
we'll
try it
try
again.
that.
Now I
Yeah,
need to hear
for
the
sure.
story of the uncomfortable.
I know.
It's not that interesting, but so the last thing I wanted to talk about is Mirage, because I didn't actually stay there. Because I'm going to be honest about this, I could pretend I stayed there and then just tell everybody and review it, but I'm not going to do that. I had a reservation there. I had a free night there, and I used it, but I didn't end up sleeping there because I got busy with work and life, and I couldn't. So I did go over there and film it in the morning and saw it. And I've stayed there before though, so I have slept there and stayed there. Just a reminder, I really like the rooms there. They haven't been renovated in 10, 15 years. They're not like the fanciest things in the world. They still have that tropical theme, and they hold up pretty well. Like Aria room or Mirage room, I'm taking the Mirage room. Although the one caveat to that is Mirage has these tiny bathrooms, which I don't know what Steve Wynn was thinking when he built this place and built these closets of a bathroom.
Very particular about the room size. Like that's his number one thing.
No, but the Mirage rooms are, you think about any old Hyatt Regency you've been to from like the 70s where it's like that tiny bathtub with the toilet next to it, and it's
nothing
just small.
tops when you're in like financial district of New York and your sink is this big in the
Yeah, it's not quite there.
And you can't sit on the toilet and open the
300 square
door
feet.
at the same time.
It's pretty much like that, though. It's like they're shockingly bad considering this was a high-end property. When it opened, it was like the rooms, the bathrooms are shockingly small. But I just want to remind people that's an awesome property. As far as I like the casino there, I like the feel there. You're right next to Wynn, not far away, Palazzo and Venetian, and to head south to the center strip isn't far. And those rooms are often cheap. So I like the rooms, especially if the bathroom's not all that important to you. And the other thing about bathrooms, I wanted to tell you guys. So when I was at Aria and that manager who walked me to my room, his name was Louis. Again, he did a really good job and really friendly guy. He came from Bellagio, he said, and he told me, I don't know how true this is or not, but I thought I would share it, that the main reason they're taking the tubs out at the Bellagio is because they stain too easily and they would get way too many complaints about the stains in the tubs. So I don't know that that's true because there's so many hotels that have it, but Vegas stained tubs, I guess. I don't know. That's what he said. He said that people complain all the time about the stained
bubble
tubs.
baths or...
I mean, I thought that's some good breaking news right there for you guys.
There you go.
Right from the source.
All right, here's what I want to know.
Twitter.
Who on earth is taking a bath in Vegas? Like, what
My
kind
wife
of
did.
problem?
I mean, I'm not going to
I
pretend
had
I've
to do a
never
hot
taken a
bath.
bath in a hotel room in Vegas.
Not in a hotel room, but I'm talking about like in Vegas. Like, that's
No,
a
in
place
Vegas,
where
I've taken
people
a bath
go
in a
to-
hotel room in Vegas.
You really
gotta-
have.
Not
I got
always. I mean,
I got a Vegas.
it's like a
bath
buffet,
story.
Bethany. You can't think about it. You can't think about. But what's different in Vegas compared to another city? What's different than New York?
Well,
taking a
because
bath in New
it's
York.
more like it turns over more. But also, I mean, okay, I'm probably not taking a bath in most places, but in Vegas, it's a definite no because, yeah, like people stay for 2 or 3 days as opposed to like 5 or 6. So it's more turnover. There's more germs in there. And
As long
I'm
as
not a
it's-
germaphobe.
The germs. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Well, people that
No,
are
there's-
taking baths in Vegas are the ones adding the germs. How about that?
So I will say that I almost never admit publicly that
I don't-
I've ever
I
taken
don't
a
care
bath in a
about
hotel room
I know.
only for this reason, because there are people that just absolutely think it's the most disgusting thing ever, but there are a lot of people who take baths all the time.
The 2-story suite that we stayed at Golden Nugget, they had mirrors all around the bathtub, and I was like, oh, I get that. I get what's going
That's
on.
fair.
Here.
That's fair. That's different.
I mean, it's better. Like in the 80s, the Tropicana still has rooms like this where the bathtub is, or the jacuzzi tub's still in the middle of the room.
Yes.
Those old rooms where the
Yes.
mirrors were on the
Do
ceiling.
they have the
and-
little
Oh, yeah.
coin thing for the bed where you put
Yep.
it in and it just starts
Okay.
to move?
Wait, do they still
I hope
have that?
so.
I need to stay there. I love
well,
it.
they definitely still have the rooms
Right.
they've been
They probably
renovated.
it
They
at
have the rooms
Travel
though.
Lodge. They probably have it at the Travel Lodge on the Strip.
Yeah, give me mirrors. I'm a happy girl. We're good.
Mirrors in a bathtub and a hot tub in the room. Nothing wrong with that. No, so Mirage, I just want to remind people, is a good thing, especially if you don't care about the bathtub, because it does have those terrible tub shower combo things.
Oh, those are the worst.
I've
And
heard
do you
that
have
from
to-
a lot of
do you have
people.
to-
They all say Mirage is like the way to go if you have to
Do you
pay.
have to step up into that? I hate when it's like the shower tub combo in a hotel, and you have to step up into the shower, like the bottom of the tub is higher than the floor. For whatever reason, that bothers me. It just
Yeah, it's
doesn't
just
feel
like
right.
just like the old day. Yeah, just an
It
old
doesn't
tub
feel
shower.
right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
not.
really
That's
stresses
really
me
the
out.
downside. It's all marble in there. It's nice, but it's just small. I don't know what they could ever do to fix that in that hotel. The rooms just aren't big enough. But the rooms themselves are very nice. I would say I keep trying to compare everything back to Resorts World because it's new. I would say I prefer not the bathroom, but I prefer the room at Mirage to both the Hilton and Conrad rooms. I would say
That's
They're
another
very good.
like Treasure. Everybody always
Interesting.
talks about Treasure Island being like a great place on the strip that you can get good deals, good comps, and the rooms are pretty nice. And I feel like Mirage is kind of like in the same boat.
Yeah, and they're built. Treasure Island was originally supposed to be the second tower or an expansion to Mirage, and then they decided to build it as a separate property back in the day. So very
Oh,
similar
that's
sort of
cool.
ideas when those were built.
Look at all this
Obviously,
Vegas knowledge this
I
man
know.
has. He just
I
it just
learned
like
so
oozes
much
out.
every
Like
time I talk to
he
Shawn.
just sweats and droplets of knowledge.
I have to know what you're talking about. I was at dinner with our friends the other night, and I said all the hotels I had stayed at in Vegas the last year, and one of them said why, and I said because I have to know more than everybody else. I have to know what I'm talking about, so that's why I stay
Amen.
there. I
Yep.
don't want to talk about I would have had a very different opinion of Aria based on my stay 3 or 4 years ago than compared to the way it is now, and at least I can convey my experience now. And whether the room is dirty for people or not, those rooms are just so worn that I mean, even the carpet just looks like faded, right? It just doesn't look. It just
It's
looks
true.
old.
Have you heard about
Blair,
the stay well rooms? Like,
No, I
are
haven't.
those
hold
going to
on
be
before
better?
I
What?
stayed in a stay. Well, I've stayed in a few of them at different hotels. I haven't noticed them. I mean, they have
Okay.
like something on the shower that is supposed to put something in the water to make it better, and usually an air purifier. But I don't think like I've stayed at Delano. I don't think the room was any different aside from that. But I don't know specifically at Aria if they're different or not. I was on just the regular floors, so. But I mean, I know that Rick might know. He's out there, but he may know about the Staywell. I know he stayed in a
Yeah.
few Staywell rooms as well.
I'm
But
doing one at Bellagio. It was like an extra $50, and you know how I am with chemicals, so I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely doing that,"
yeah,
But I mean, I'm
well,
interested to see
well,
like how seriously they take it.
I'll say now that I've seen the old rooms at Bellagio, new rooms at Bellagio, Aria. I've stayed at both. I've stayed at Bellagio and Aria in the last 2 weeks, so I can really compare them. I mean, Bellagio definitely is worlds better at this point than Aria. And if you want to stay at City Center,
I
I'd
would
say
agree with the rooms for
Vdara.
sure.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad that I forgot about Bellagio, kind of how much class that place has when you stay there. It gets
Oh,
overrun with people. I
so
think it gets so
classy. Yep.
busy, but it still maintains its class up there, and the staff really care about the place. And as a guest, you see that a little bit more than just walking through. I guess as a casino guest, but as a hotel guest, you really do see that they do have that higher level of care, especially compared to what I saw at Aria. So, all right, you guys have anything
Wait,
else you guys want to?
yes,
Yeah.
before we go, Blair's comment just made me think because he was like, I'll stay at MGM or M Life when they add mini fridges or whatever. And I just realized that MGM Detroit never charged us for all of our mini bar expenditures while we were there.
You out there? Are you watching out there, MGM Detroit?
We had at least
What kind
like
of mini bar expenditures are we talking here? Since you always
we're
make
not
fun of
talking about
mine.
we're not talking about Fiji water for $20 a piece, but I did get I grabbed like 3 beers from there. It was like $7 a piece, so it wasn't outrageously priced. So I was okay with
So it
it.
was like $2 more.
Yeah. So but I did 3 beers and Kirsten grabbed like a bottle of booze, which was like $15, and we didn't get charged for any of it. So I
That's
guess
a
the
win.
crumbs, yeah, I guess the crumbs on the floor, like they're not so good at housekeeping, but they're not
There
so
you
good
go.
at
There's the other side of that
restocking
coin.
the mini fridge. So now I need to book a room and go back and just like to completely destroy it and hope that I don't get charged. But that's like $40-$50 worth of stuff that I never paid for, which is kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Congratulations! I hope they
I
don't
feel like I'm
pull an
winning.
American
I feel
Express
like
and
I
claw
just
you
won.
back.
Like I just like killed it right now. Like that was amazing.
You're
I
about to
just
get a claw back.
and while
Sean,
we're
today.
while we're here, I went to my credit card statement just to ensure that I was not charged because I do not remember seeing it, and I was not charged at all for it. So that's kind of crazy.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for us this
There's
week.
a good ending note. Free minibar booze. There you go.
A good
Nothing
ending
better.
note
Top
for
that.
sure. It's been amazing how many people have joined us this entire time. I think we've been at 160, 170 or more up to like 180, 190. And thank you so
Yeah.
much, everybody, for joining us. We do this once a month, so we'll announce the next dates as we figure out our schedules. But we will do one in September, and it's going to be on a Wednesday night. And we hope you guys enjoy hanging out with us, having a drink, talking Vegas. I mean, it was fun.
Some grass water. Have some grass water.
Yes.
Yeah. What's better than that?
There's nobody else in the world I would rather drink grass water and talk about Las Vegas than you two. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Subscribe and yes, all that good stuff. Do all of that. Subscribe, comment, let us know. Check out bougiemiles.com, the Bougie Miles YouTube channel as well.
I need YouTube subscribers. It's actually been growing as we've been doing this, which is awesome. It was like, I definitely didn't expect that. So I might actually do a video.
I don't think people realize that to get compensated from YouTube for your videos, you have to have a certain amount of hours, and then you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So.
I'm so far past the hours. Like I have been for like 8 months.
But I don't think people really realize that. Like YouTube's getting this content and stuff until you hit the 1,000 mark. They don't give you any compensation for the work that you put in. So
and I try to, every time on Twitter I see these creators getting close to 1,000, I try to retweet them. I've tried to help support them, and I absolutely know that you do. And so support Bethany, get her those subscribers. And obviously she's awesome. And thanks for spending a happy hour with us. Honestly, few people I'd rather sit here and talk Vegas with.
I will say, remember, meet up on the 18th. We have that sheet you can fill out if you think you're going to be able to make it. So we have a head count, and then we'll let you know in the next couple of weeks where it's going to be, somewhere near Strip or not too far from Strip. So
yeah, it's in the description. Yeah, the link is in the description of our video last week, and I'll try to put it in the description of this video too. But let us know so we can figure it out. But we do have that. Are you coming, Bethany? I'm not sure. You're not going to be there, right?
I am going to try. I think it depends on what time it is and how bored I am at the event that I have to do.
Sure. Well, Mark and I will definitely be there. Maybe Bethany will come, and
I'm definitely going to try.
A lot of fun. It's going to be like this, but live,
like a 2 to 4 type of thing. So.
I'm going to get all nerdy and say some nerdy things, and Mark is going to call me a nerd and make fun of me, and that's going to be how it is.
Exactly.
That is how it is, but it's not nerdy. It's like
it's usually worse
Shawn
than
is like
that,
over
though.
here just like dropping.
You know, in Detroit, not in Detroit. You know, in Denver, at the end of the night on Saturday, I had an early flight Sunday, so we're at the end of the night Saturday night. We're all at bars. Of course, I haven't had anything to drink, but we're splitting off. I'm taking a group back to the hotel that people are tired. Mark's going to go with a few other people to go finish his night. And I come up, I'm going to give him a hug and say goodbye. And he starts just talking crap to me. Look at the way you're walking. And I just turned around and walked away. He never got his goodbye. I was like, screw him. I'm just leaving. That's pretty much how it will go.
That was so fun. For everybody who's not in the Diamond group, join the Diamond group. Is it still open? Are they allowed to?
Because we do have our Patreon on. We are going to set up eventually something on the Vegas site for Vegas people, a Patreon or some sort of community, because we want to be able to cultivate that. But we do have our Patreon on our travel site, which of course is open to everybody, patreon.com/miles to memories. Right now it's $10 a month. And if you're into travel or travel hacking, it's really great because we have bonus podcasts every week.
Yeah.
We have a private Facebook. We have a private Slack. So we talk about all the cool things. The entire MtM team is in there.
Yep. And you get to go to the events, which is like amazing. I had so much fun at that event, and you guys know I try not to go to anybody else's. So
and the price is going up to $15 a month just because it's been popular and we have to control growth. So there's a handful of slots left before. So by next week it's going to be $15 a month.
Yeah,
but for now it's $10. And if you do join, you lock it in
and
for as long as
I plan all the parties, so you know they're good.
Yeah, it's so fun.
See, I know what my strengths are, and I'm not trying. We have Mark. He's the president of fun when it comes to all that. All right, well, thank you so much, everybody, and we will talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to Bougie Miles, and here if you haven't, like the video. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.